Hello. It's stream 14, I think. I'm gonna lose count after a while. There's a lot of these. I should put my headphones on. Yeah. I love popcorn. Anyways, um, so I need the hardest part about this shit is remembering what to do, and I keep forgetting to write down notes. Anytime you finish a project for the day or whatever it is you're doing, your 1 hour, 2 hours of work, or whatever, or more, you should probably write like a bookmark or something. Like what the last thing you was doing, what the next thing you want to do is. I think I'm gonna use a notepad. God damn it. This fucking bag. Ah. Making this bag open is too small. It's all over my finger. Left. I like popcorn, but I don't like popcorn fingers. Popcorn fingers, bro. Why am I so hungry? I just had a fake hot dog. Shit, what was it supposed to do? I forgot to look at the tutorial. Shit. Shit. Well, I needed to thoroughly test 18.2. Test 18.2 fully. Just hadn't quite wrapped my head around it, how it works and uses. The way I set it up doesn't really give me any useful info besides as soon as you turn, you look at it, and then you get stuck. It's not very helpful. I don't have like a frame of reference. Mathematically, I know what it does. I need to look at the code. Because what does a separate rotation on the Y have to do with its XY position? So like why does a separate element turning either left or right, doesn't matter, cause it to immediately look in the direction of the attached object. Well, the follow, not attached, but the object that's following the player. Okay, I think I know what's happening. Because target value is 0, so nothing's happening. As soon as I turn, the ATAN2 kicks in, and you get your average value, which is basically just looks at the target that's following it. And because of that, at the bottom there it says transform.rotate angle. Target value equals the angle we just created, so it's overriding the rotation. That's why you get that wiggle. So it like wiggles back and forth when you try to turn. Well, the ATAN2 is overriding it, causing it to get stuck. When the rotation settles in or becomes 0 because of the arc it creates, so like when you move past that arc that it creates because of the relative x and relative z, it goes back to 0, and then it works again. So I need to figure out a better substitution for target value. I don't know what to put in here. So the coding and programming looks different than the math. The math formula is literally just numbers and math symbols. And even the variables you make are just more numbers. Ow. Yeah, it doesn't even have a target value on here. Well, let's get rid of that. Hang on, I gotta sort this out here. There we go. I apologize for my hot plumbing. I got hot pretty late before I started this. Alright, so let's just get rid of all this crap. Except maybe that. Get rid of this. Hang on, I fucked up. So I'm going to make a whole new method. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to have ATAN2 be itself. And we're going to make another one called void ATAN2 tangent Tangent. Oh my god, that was loud. Which would be this. But we're going to get rid of the. Actually, I'm going to make another one. Void 18.2 target 18.2, just regular 18.2, 18.2 target value, 18.2 adjusted, 18.2 offset, 18.2 tangent. We'll do offset. Paste it again, but we'll use this one. Take this. Oops. Put it in here. We'll leave this as it is. So this is the one that's weird, that's locked up. We'll get rid of target self, and instead the math function determines what it targets. Is there a read-only header? A read-only would be really helpful. Ah! That's what we want. Can I like do both? Can I like dot read only does it need no. Fuck, I don't know how to do this. Well, that's overkill. I gotta look into this custom inspector stuff. I learned how to make a button. I need to learn how to make a place my prefab underneath the mouse cursor. That'd be dope. Alright, well, we're not going to worry about this. Okay. Makes it look cool, but completely unnecessary. Yeah, the target value, target angle, that's supposed to be hidden. I mean private, but I also want to see it. So we'll just leave it alone. You could use serialized field, but I don't think that labels it. Like I can't get a header. At least I don't think. Good try. I think it needs to go into the side. Yeah. Because I think if it's, I tried putting multiple things on top of each other. I don't think it worked. I did it wrong, or maybe they're incompatible. I don't know. I don't think I tried it sideways, so we'll try that. See what that does. Uh, shit. This is starting to get super messy. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go back. Public. Cool. So we're gonna do this. It makes more sense because I had to make a double. I had to make a double for all of these, which is annoying. So we'll keep this here. We'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. And then, yep. And then, yep. I'm gonna take all of this and just flip it. We'll get rid of offset. We'll just have tangent be the weird one. Copy this. Paste. Take this. Paste. Stop being fun. I gotta clean this room up after this. I was gonna wait till tomorrow. The ants everywhere. Gosh. Paste. And let's go ahead and reverse this. This should be transform rotation equals y. This would be target. Yep. So no, this is actually right. This one's wrong. This code was fucked up. This would be the other way around. Transform. What's going on? Yeah, whatever. So that's done. So transform. Target. Transform. Target. Ah, my face. Is it supposed to rotate the target? I thought it was supposed to rotate itself. Yeah, so this is fucked up. This would be... I got it backwards again. This would be... Transform. And then this would be... It's really easy to get yourself mixed up with all these variables. All right, I think that got tangent done. And then we got to fix target self, which is transform, target, transform. And this would be target transform, and then flip it, transform. There's probably a way to shorten this as well, because we're using the same variables, relative angle and all that. So you probably have the vector 3 under an if statement, and then input your float. Ow, my tongue. Is the float. Oh god, that hurts so bad. That bit my tongue. Ow. I'm gonna try that. Hang on. If target self. I think I could shorten this. I like shortening. I don't know why. It's really fun. Vector 3 equal this. Oof, that's pretty long though. Can I do this? Vector 3. Stop it, you bitch! Relative. Relative. I could make because you can have a separate variable to equal something and then input that into another variable so that when the input variable is updated to be itself again, it doesn't matter because you're not using that as the final return variable. So let me do, this one's a vector, right? What do you want? We'll just say equal 53 transform, and then we'll do another if target self True. I know this is very sloppy because I didn't delete the other stuff, but I will once I do this. Transform equal transform dot. Ah, fuck. All of this crazy shit. Let's delete this. Something's not right here. Three transform. Why is it not accepting it? Target position. It's weird that it's not accepting this. Huh. Accepts it down here, but not up here. What if I just copy this? I don't know what I did wrong. Just because I'm using the word transform, that might be why. I think that's why. If I get rid of this. Oof. Damn, that's a really long line of code. Shite. Either way, I'm gonna have to type 2 lines. What if I could change the transform and make that like a variable name, but the dot inverse transform point's always going to be really long anyways. You know, transform like it's just going to be really long no matter what. Can I do it else right here? Else. With that out of the way, we can take this because this is the same no matter what. Maybe just put it here. So because it's local, what if I do 53 here? Still does not like that. What if I take out this? Hey, there we go. Cool. That means it recognized it. I also saved a little bit of space. Let's go ahead and bump that up. Does that make it better? Not really. We just created it wrong. Now that I have that, I can get rid of this. this. And then we can do if true and do that. Put this in. And then take all this crap out. Go up here and do an else. Make one long line. You can also put the else down here. Now, I'm only going to do that just to make it similar to. Normally, if it's short enough, I'll do just one line because it makes it easier to read. But I'm going to go ahead and make it 2 lines just so it's similar. Should be target transform. Actually, we'll just copy this because it's quicker. Just target transform. There we go. So now we only have 1 float angle instead of 2 because that was redundant. They do the same thing. There's no reason to have 2 of those. I'm pretty sure there's another way to shorten this, but for now, this is pretty good. I don't know if it matters too much. Like if you're struggling to shorten your code, don't even bother. Just write your code, get it. Like just try to understand it first. That's more important. I am only shortening this because I know how to do it currently. And I might not even be doing it right myself right now. I'm just doing it because it's fun to try and make it as small as possible. Because I played a coding video game. It's a video game, but all your actions you took in the video game were code. And the challenge was to try and make it as small as possible. And I thought that was pretty fun. So I kind of translated that over to this. I'm just doing it to challenge myself for funsies. Don't think it matters too much in the grand scheme of things, especially if you don't care about copyright or anything. Yeah, these ones are fine. No redundancy. I like to get rid of the redundancy. Makes it easier to read. Although I think redundancy helps when learning, though, because you get to see 2 instances of code that are fully written out. It shows the whole problem and all of its elements. Whereas if you got 2 separate things and they're reusing code, I think that can get a little confusing, especially if you're new. We do the same thing here. This is a tangent, so this is the one that has the custom value. So this will be up here. Sure, if target so equal true, and then we'll do this. I don't know why it says that. It does. Else. This is going to be transform documentation. Wait, this is talking about. So it would be reversed. Now, we do this. Vector 3, we gotta copy this. This is something we gotta do again. Paste that there, and take this, copy this, because this is exactly the same. Paste that, get rid of this, paste this. Wait, hang on, this is just a parenthesis. Why is a parenthesis? Should be this. I don't know how I screwed that up, I did. Equals it. There we go. really easy for your eyes to play tricks on you. And transform rotate, copy this again. Just the same exact same thing. This, that. Bam. Ah, it looks so much better. Look at that. It's all like fancy. Assuming this works, maybe I fucked up and the way it filters out these variables is not going to filter out correctly. I'm assuming it will. So I got an unassigned, just empty box here for a vector. Then if target self is true, it puts a value inside that empty box, which is target transform on its y rotation times degrees to radians. So it turns the rotation on the y for the target into a radians, and that goes inside the relative vector. Else, it turns the player's rotation on the y into radians, and it puts it in the box. And then the same if statement again, if target self is true, the box that is now has something in it is put into over here. I'm an idiot. I read that backwards. So everything I just said applies to the second one, not the top. This is already declared up here. I'm a dummy. So the top if statement is target value right here. It's this. So everything I just said was for this one right here. This is for the float that was declared in the class scripts, and the floats you can declare a float as an empty box as well. So that float value will go into target value, and then the vector, the relative, will go into the vector 2. So I just completely screwed that up. Hopefully I fixed it. Well, explaining it. Then we make another box that we do assign when we construct it. So it's constructed and then we are assigning it. So we make an angle and then we immediately assign it the a tan 2 plus the relative vector plus the target value. But yeah, your variables are like empty boxes and you can put stuff. And I forgot you could make an unassigned variable. It's like 2 streams ago. I forgot you could just make it unassigned, so it has a no value, and then you can reassign it later. That way, during update, when it goes to run this first line of code, vector3 relative, it doesn't give it a value until it reaches the second if. God damn it, I did it again. The second if that calls and returns the math here that we have, which is just getting the transform vectors with some other weird math stuff. Again, it just ultimately is just a vector, which is just 3 points, which is really handy because if you assign a value to this, if I were to make this vector 3 have a value right now at the top, it would always be that value. Now, when the if code is ran, it will change it, but it's going to change it at light speed. You know, however fast the electricity in the computer can run the code, the processing. And then it might jitter, it might do some glitch, but ultimately it's going to run through all this code very fast, constantly, at update speed. So you're not going to be able to perceive any major differences if you already assign a value to your variable. I forgot you can do that with local variables, because every time you make an unassigned variable, you get a warning, and I keep forgetting that doesn't mean you can't do that. It just means it hasn't been assigned anything. Anyways, this should be fixed now, I think. This should be done. I'm going to save that. This works perfectly. I overly simplified both this and the other one, the rotational functions and positional functions. This one's even more simple than the rotation or position. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. We don't need these. Let me look real quick. It's XO0, X0Y. What the fuck am I talking? X0Y. So we want bam, bam, bam. That way it matches this. Do we even need axis order anymore? No. I was just doing that to figure out which one's the correct one. We don't need that anymore. We're just using transform rotate around. I'm not going to use translate, I think. I don't know, I guess I could just leave it. I'm not sure which one's better to use. I think it's just the same thing. I don't know. We shall see. Rotate around seems to be the way to go. Also, there's people making noises. Hang on. There's noises. What are you doing? Freaking me out. How's that? Why is there filthy bedroom on the floor? All right. Test script. This is for the character creator. I gotta run through all my character controller. Said creator. I meant controller. I have to run through all this again, which would be, it would start with test axis. God damn it. Go here. Like test axis. We need to go run through that. We gotta run through this. Follow test. I can close that out. That should be fine. So pretty good script. I like it. Math test should be done. I'm gonna leave it open. This should be done. This should be. Well, that was faster than I thought. I thought that was gonna take a lot more time. How long was it? 44 minutes. And I don't know if this is relevant, but when I first turned this on, I'm getting like what I'm actually working on. I got the code up and everything. I haven't typed anything. I turned it on. It's all ready to work. A lot of times I'm just sitting there thinking, and there's like almost nothing happening in my just blank thoughts in my brain until something finally clicks, and then I don't know. So there's nothing wrong with just thinking about it before even doing it. Just that's why I have the scratch paper and everything. So hang on. So we got this, I think. Let me get scratch paper open. Yeah. because this can help you think. It helps me think a lot, especially when I'm like doing anything that has to do with 3 dimensions or requires a bunch of different connections from different. That almost got super offensive. Holy shit! I gotta be careful. Let's delete that. But yeah, so kind of like node editors, stuff like that. That code is really similar to that. If I was doing like maybe like an options menu. Geez, that's huge. Anything hierarchical, even if it's code, is pretty. Control Z. Why is Control? God damn it! I'm gonna blow my brains out. Jesus. Anyways, minimize that. So, and then also notes. That helps too. It's the same process I had when making textures for 3D stuff. That shit was really fucking hard. I had a hard time figuring that out. I was very daunting. I had trouble just turning on the output. Texture brushes ultimately is what I ended up doing, because once you have a texture, once you create your first couple of textures, you can turn those into brushes, and it makes it easier to make more textures. Anyways, now I gotta test this. I gotta figure out how I want to do this. I need to look at what do I got. I got 2 of them, right? I got ATN2 tangent, which ain't being ran because I forgot to put it in there. Damn it. Put this here, make a new one. If son of a bitch. It'll auto type it. I keep forgetting it has auto type. I could just go here into tangent, and then I can go here and it'll automatically do it for me. Just make sure I spelled it right. I'll copy that. Move towards road, move towards angle, 18.2. Save. Perfect. Minimize. So it looks like that worked. The serialized field thing. It's letting me type numbers in there. That's concerning. I thought it was private. It's private, right? It is private. Huh. Well, it worked. You can do that, I guess. I think serialized field lets you edit it as well. That's weird. So ATN2, we're just gonna run it normally. Just see what happens, I guess. We'll try it with different spheres. We're just gonna focus on sphere 1 and 2 because they're all basically the same. All right, so it immediately looked towards that. Still move. Cannot rotate. Rotation is impossible. So like I said, that's like light speed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stick sphere 1 in there. Shit! I really wish this wouldn't, the inspector wouldn't, like, change so easily. You gotta be very, very careful. So if you let go, it's gonna change. I guess you could click the little button here. I don't know if that helps or not. Yeah, I guess you could, and you could type it in at the top. I might do that, because I messed that up a lot. Alright, so let's try this again, hit play. So it's at an angle, that's kind of cool. Whoa. Yo, so is that all it does? It's just an angle. It just creates an arc, essentially. I don't think this is what I need. Why did the dude in the tutorial use this? How did it even work? I'm gonna have to look at that tutorial again. I clearly just did something wrong. I'm trying to wrap my head around this, and just looks like some sort of arc. They get closer, the arc's smaller. That's really cool though. That's fucking awesome. Look at that. It's just like a perfect. It's like a camera actually. That's exactly what a camera does. So I think that was the problem. I just put the camera in the wrong part. I inserted the camera in the wrong part of the code because I have the character. The character with the way I have this set up now, the character is the camera because the way it's moving, it has this orbit around the target, much like a camera does. What happens if I turn? Nothing. It's locked. It is locked in. This ATN2 is very similar to a camera orbit. What if I pass through it again? Let me around. Trying to turn. I'm like trying to like freak it out. The red thing, the red orb will just do the same thing. I think. Just in the inverse because it's behind. But I'm gonna try it just to make sure. Oops. And then we'll do the inverse to see what happens with that. We'll go to the helper cube. This sphere 3. Right. So it should immediately look at it because it's the forward. It's referencing the forward position. Hang on, y'all. Grab my camera. That's good. Yeah, you can make a camera track with this thing. Could also do this. Could be a good like enemy pathfinding thing, maybe. Kinda. Or Dark Souls camera lock on. Yeah, I could see that. Camera lock on. It locks you in. You can't do anything else. There's a lot you could do with ATN2. Wee. But yeah, the math. It's weird. So I'm trying to, because we started like here, and immediately turns around and looks at it. So it's the tangent x y relative to the x y. So it literally means anywhere on the horizontal plane. And what it means by tangent, it means look at the thing. Like I thought it was more like move towards angle. It's not. It's something completely different. Move towards angle is like the combined values of like x and y, or wherever the target position is, and moves diagonally. This is like it just fucking like locks on to it. I don't know, math can be weird sometimes. Anyways, my neck. Alright, so now we're going to do 18. No, we got to do the opposite. So we're going to hit play, see what happens. Alright, so seems to be happening. The opposite has no effect. Well, actually, it does. We just can't see because it's a sphere. So let me go and click the sphere. There we go. Oh, that's really helpful info. Look at that. Look at that. See that? wherever it goes, the forward goes. So you could use this as a directional thing too. Also, this seems kind of excessive considering you could just use the look at function. It basically does the same thing. It literally does the same thing. Because it's just looking at. I guess the difference here is that you have more control. The look at function is doing all sorts of other things. It's going looking up and down, left and right. It's looking like it's literally looking at every rotation required to be able to look at the target. But that's also flexible too, because you get more rotations that you could use if you need them, or you can just select the one that you need. And again, that's with less lines of code. Well, sort of, because I think the look at function probably just uses ATAM2 in its own class. But yeah, now I kind of understand it now. I see. I just had it backwards. So essentially, sort of backwards, not quite. So it's similar to what I did with the eyes and direction marker, but it bypasses the eyes and the direction marker. So basically, the camera the camera becomes the tangent source, and then the player so imagine this red orb was following me like the camera, and then it had this and like it. So would this function the same if it followed? Hang on, I have an idea. I'm gonna make this follow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this to 2. And so instead of the red, well, actually the red orb's behind it. That's kind of like third person. I need to make another entry to my offset. Hang on. In here. Where'd my offset script go? I actually don't know where it's at. Who knows where I put it? Follow target. There it is. Jeez, all the way over here. Am I not allowed to move it? Is that against the rules? No, I can move it. Good. That's fine. Every time I stream, I have to take a dump. What is up with that? I think coding makes me anxious. It's like, I mean, it does. Anytime I make a change, I have an anxiety. I'm like, as soon as I play, this is not going to work. Something bad's going to happen. Every fucking time. It's like, it's not going to work. It only works when I don't expect it to work. Like, once I'm like, I feel like I'm down in the dumps, and I'm like, fuck. Nothing I do is going to work, but I just keep hammering away, and it's just out of nowhere, and it finally fucking works. And it always catches me off guard. Every single fucking time. Anyways, moving on. Oh, target. I want to make an offset that is on the Z. So all we gotta do is just change this to public float X offset, and we'll make another one called public float Y offset. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you. We're gonna do a Z offset as well, because Z is for the forward. And we want it to go negative, and then we want the Y to go up a little bit, kind of like a camera, just to mimic a camera. Just so I could see what it looks like. It's not actually a camera. It's just a snoop. So bitch. Offset. After this. Will it automatically do it? It might. It's pretty smart. Let's see. That is actually a better idea than what I had. Huh. Thank you. I don't know how to trigger the AI. Is it AI? I don't know what it is. The suggestion is crazy. Like, it's insane how powerful it is. Look at that! That's crazy! How does it do that? It's fucking wild, man. That is freaky. It's like my robot best friend over here. Damn, look at that. That's crazy. So now we have full control over all positions, while also following the player at the same time. Offset Y, we'll just make that like 1, maybe 0.5. Offset Z is going to have to be negative, I think. It depends on which way we're facing. I am a dumbass, and when I made this project file, I did not set up the primary direction. I'm not even on 0, 0, 0. Normally, I think most people when they start a project, like they start on 0, 0, 0. I did not. I'm like slightly off to the upper left side of it. Nothing is on 0, 0, 0. It's just empty space. Because I'm a goofball. Offset Z. Bam. Now I have full control. Save. And I gotta poop. I can't hold any longer. I gotta poop. Ah, my leg. I poked myself. It hurts. My fingernails. Ow. It's bleeding. Ow. Bad abandoned. Alright, so now let's go to sphere 2. I was gonna no yeah, we want to use no yeah, because the offset it doesn't matter because it has to use the offset. So offset X will be 2, offset Y will be 1, offset Z will be negative. And then that should be everything. So play. Just double check. I knew it. I freaking knew it. It'd be too high. No. It needs to be 0.5. 5. No, 0.5. Alright, cool. Now we got kind of like a camera. 1, see X? Yeah, that's close. Yeah. Perfect. So it looks kind of like a camera, like over shoulder camera. It's facing forward, so now if I move, so it's facing, so that's accurate. And then if I turn, that does not change. Huh. Thought it would spin. Did I fuck it up? I must have fucked it up. I know what I did wrong. I forgot to change it. Sphere 3. I'm gonna try and drag it in again. I'm really bad at that. So now let's hit play. Click on sphere 2. So it's looking exactly at the player. That doesn't necessarily mean that the camera is, because you could have a camera that doesn't, because that's how kind of how Cinemachine works. The main camera is separate from the little controller thing that it has. Yeah, the free look cam that's separate. So you could have, which is similar to how my thing works, which is with the the eyes markers and the direction marker. It's like a little controller. It's very basic, extremely basic. But I like how it looks. So, so this would, so you'd have your camera on top of this thing, and then think. Hang on, let me move around real quick. Well, it looks like it needs more tweaking than I thought, but it does have a direction. So basically, we need more data here. There's not enough data. So when this player turns, it should be automatic, and it should be based around the sphere that's following it. And oops, I forgot that it works properly now. So this turning, so you can turn it, you can engage it manually, which should override the sphere. But if you were to use the mouse, it would turn it, and then you would face the proper direction like this. But it needs more data. I don't have enough data to do that. It's just a basic, like the ATN2 needs more info. We didn't give it enough info. Then from there, you could probably skip the this marker. You could probably just use a camera directly. I think you could just use a regular camera and stick this offset script on it, and then do your rotations according to the mouse script that you would put on the camera. So imagine this sphere was a camera. Put a mouse script on here that moves its not position. It's kind of like position because it's rotating around, which affects the position. I know that's extremely confusing, but that's just how it works. So you would use you rotate around transform. So when you move the mouse, so instead of Q and E to rotate the player, which is fine, you could do that. You could also have something similar on the camera, this pseudo fake proxy thing, token camera. You do the same thing for that, but instead of you control the mouse, you move left or right, it will rotate around the player, while also having a forward position, kind of like the real camera, much like the real camera. Then all right, from there, I've gone too many steps deep. I can't even. I'd have to work that out actually. I'm tempted to do it. To put these scripts on a camera and just work it out manually. Let me fix the other scripts. I think there's other scripts that need to be fixed first. We're at 1 hour, 12 minutes. I think math test is done. We did. The ATAN2 seems fine. We have ATAN2 tangent, which is not. I don't think we want that. I don't think it's going to work very well. We'll try it. This is going to be a nightmare, I think. I think I need to reverse it too. We'll try it. Alright, select this sphere, like this. Alright, so not bad so far. Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa. Alright, so that's what I meant earlier. So that's kind of the right direction, but the problem is I did my math wrong. And it's gone into like super spin mode. If that were a camera, I'd be throwing up right now. That is pretty cool though. For me, that kind of looks like maybe like a spinning blade that follows you. Still probably an easy way to do it though than use ATN2. That's pretty cool. What if I do it the opposite way? Probably a bad idea. Seems to have no effect. I think it's because it's following the player, so it can't really lock on. What if I look at it? Does not seem to have any effect. So I did it wrong. That hurt really bad. Why did I scratch myself? Let's do sphere 1. Sphere 1. Does not seem to have any effect at all. That's weird. Or I screwed it up. I was off of it. Right, well, we know this works. Not sure why it's not working. This worked. This worked perfectly. Seems like there's no errors. No, that's right. Target value. Because if target values changes accordingly, it reverses it. Target transform dot y or player dot y. But the sphere don't really have rotation, so that's probably why it's not working. The sphere's y rotation is 0, so 0 times any number is 0. So that's probably why we're getting that problem. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to consider that solved for now. All of these math functions are solved. I understand how they work for the most part. These. Now we gotta go back to the character controller, fix it, and get that going. And once I've fixed that and actually made progress on the fucking project, then I'm gonna go back to this cube, the helper cube, and I want to get my own camera using the ATN2. I'm gonna try. So now we can just go back to what I was working on. Just ignore this. Oh, I also got to do the animated geometry. Because that's really nice to have. Isn't there like a shit? Here. How do I select shit? We're gonna move this over here. All the other objects. So basically, I want the purple cube to be the origin. It should be. It's not. It's a problem. How do I change that? So the reason why I want the purple cube to be the origin is so it like rotates around. It looks really cool. And then I want all the other objects to move in the axis that they belong in. And then also rotate on their own local position. I could probably use a bunch of empty objects to do that, which would be really, I think that'd be a lot easier than trying to use the local shit. It'd be way easier. I think I'm going to do that. We're just going to use a bunch of empty objects. So I'm lazy. Transform. Yeah, it's the origin is like in the corner. The origin's all screwed up. Could I? What if I go to like these cubes right here? Do they have? Okay, that's correct. That looks pretty good to me. So what I'm gonna do? Try and fix this. I don't know how. Let me see if I can fix it. Origin numbers. I don't want this shit. Just give me text, man. I don't want code. I just want. No, that's basically what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Transform. Pivot. then I mean, this seems 100% accurate already. Like, why can't I use that? Look at these. They're like right in the middle, it looks like. Uh, where'd it go? Why is it over there? You bastard. Still going over there. Why? I wish this had to move to origin like Blender. Move to origin. Origin. Huh. Because it's not going to go. If I set that to the purple cube's position, it ain't going to go to the right spot. Because this origin's all fucked up. I got oh, this is all messy. I got everything messed up over here. Let's just take this out. Because we no longer need this. Check this out. We only have one tangent, so let's take that. Put my spheres in here. Create a new empty. We'll just call this. Actually, let's delete that. I think that's my problem. I need to click the object I want, then create the. That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm creating an empty separately, and it fucks the origin up. Ugh, that's so stupid. I'm gonna sneeze. I feel like I need to sneeze. Alright, take this back out, because now it has the same origin. Stick everything in here. Call this math spheres. Just leave that just like that. Doesn't matter that that's empty. Just call this tangent cubes. We only got one. And we'll call this transforms. Let's take this out. Delete this. Transform. Oh no, I killed the purple cube. Shite. Shite. I guess technically I don't need it, but I want it. Actually, what's green, blue, and red make? Isn't it like purple, purple, brown? I don't actually know. Overlay. 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 Get my paint bucket. Let's do red. Red. What the fuck? Does overlay on white not work or something? What the hell's up with that? What about multiply? Multiply would just make it darker. think. Guess we're just doing multiply. Blue, which should make it instantly purple. It just made it black. Of course it did. Fucking son of a bitch. Ugh. Active. There you go. I think that's what we want. I just made it white. How do you color mix in this bitch? Normal. Maybe I just need one color and then overlay the rest. Or additive. Let's try that. Green. Yeah. Looks like a pinkish color. Which makes sense because RGB's at max is white. If all the colors are at the top, it's white. It is purple though. It's just the light purple. I need to test this. So if I get rid of this, is it brown? Is it orange? I'm gonna make this one normal. It doesn't care. Multiply is brown. Alright, we're going purple because close enough. I don't know why I spend that much time on it. Creative side, I guess. I don't know. This is basically nothing. It's an empty object. Let me take these out. Delete this. Create a 3D object cube. Materials. Purple. Rename it to transform. Go back out. It has the same origin point. This here. This here. Perfect. Then take this. Ah, shit! Forgot to move it. Is there like a clicky snap function? There is, but it's not snapping. I could just eyeball it. Could still work, I think. Should have used the freaking scale as a snap. That didn't work. Who's this? You're really great. I don't like that shit. This ain't Blender. Oh, increments. Let's do 0.1. Yes. So 0.1 gets it where I want it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Point 1, hell yeah. I will take it. That looks nice. Now I take all these, put them here. And I want it X, Y, Z, just like the deck. Yes. Fuck. I feel like I should change the mass spheres to mimic the cubes. Do that. Just change this. That's good enough. So now I have those. I have my math, which I need to make. I need to make those public, and I need to have it overload, I believe, a number, so I can actually use it. Or overload a target or something. So I do need the math. All right, so move towards. This is what we want. Current value equal math dot f dot move towards current value. 3 move vector move vector to the move tower so 2. Okay. Yes, this needs to be this public. How do I do this? Is it already public? Yeah. Do public first. Public void. Public void. Let's see. Public void. Public void. Yes, thank you. Now I need to overload the current value. Target transformed position is already public. And it automatically targets the cube we want. And we also have all the controls when we attach it to the cube we want. I was wanting to put this on the purple cube and then have multiple, either in this script or another script, control each of the other cubes separately from the one thing. Which means I need more targets, which I could just do with a like an if. Because I could just do the find, like get child object and then the name of the child object, and just use if statements to control them separately. target transformed that position probably should be in an array, because then I could get every object. It's only moving on the Z, which is a problem. So I could just make that a float. Make those separate floats, X, Y, and Z, and then input current value. The current value would be no, the current value is just the length. The current value is the length of the distance it's going to travel. Which when you put it in the correct spot. Okay, I see. Let's do public int X, Y, and Z. Default it to 1. I could do a string though. I like my strings. I really like strings. Oops. I always do equals X. Or Y, Z. There you go. So this is it's not case sensitive, so it gives you the correct thing, whether you use X or X. Normally it would be case sensitive, I believe. There might be another way around that, but I can't think of any. We'll take current value, put it in the X, and if, and then actually no, I don't need to do that. I can just copy this. This is a variable, so space it, space it, space it. have this be lowercase y and uppercase y. The slash slash means or, and then and means both. For a string, I don't know how and would work. I don't know if it needs a space or not. But we want or, so we want lowercase c or capital. I squish this together. It's how squishy can I get this? Just curious. I'm just goofing off. Yeah, man, you can squish that together. Real nice. Take this. This will go in the y value. We don't care about max because that should be the same. Doesn't really matter for that to be anything. The default rate again doesn't matter. It's just the direction is what we care about. Can I cheat and just put like .x or something in it so I don't have to type the zeros? I think there's an easier way to do this. Let's show now. Well, we're just going to do that. All right, if, and then the problem is I need to declare that. I didn't declare it, so I need to declare it. And I'm going to declare it, right, oops, right here. Vector 3 move there. And take this out. It's already been declared, so you don't need data. You don't need the data. Well, how dare you? It is a sign, bitch. That's weird. That's very weird. Why won't you accept my number? Accept it over here, not here. What's up with that? Because it's position. Use of unassigned local variable. It's not. Yeah, I know. It's like local now. What's the deal? What is the dealio, sir? What do we do here? No. Replace space. Huh. Why won't it accept that? That is freaking weird. Should take it. I understand. It's taking it over here, but not here. Huh. So let me just get rid of this. Vector 3 equals This is crazy. Oh, now it won't take it. What the fuck? Why? Because I did it backwards. Maybe I need to do it the other way. Huh. It worked here. See vector 3 relative. If trace vector 2 relative equal the thing. Relative equals is it because I used new vector 3 or huh. I'm assuming maybe new vector 3 is why it's doing that. I don't know why it would be doing that. Because that new vector 3 would be no, it's just a constructor, which is no different than putting in anything else. Or did I do it backwards? I did it backwards, I see. Have relative equal thing. It's not the other way around. New vector. Okay. Shit. That's not what we want, though. I'll bet. Shit. What's the time on this? 10 minutes. They're back. What? I'll be right back. I gotta get my clothes. What? Oof. I'd probably bypass this if I just wrote a bunch of lines for each thingy. Let me try to get my YouTube channel. Yo, Blindside said yo yo yo. Frack, 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 frack. Just transform position for the tyrant and transform position for the object it's attached to. It doesn't like accepting it because it's local. So it probably accepted it, but didn't do it. Transform position. Alright. Won't take it outside the if, which sucks. So move vector is probably gonna have to be, we're gonna have to declare that up here. Which could just be private. I don't think we need to make that anything. Vector 3, move vector, go down here, do this. Now it should take it. Transform dot position equal. I don't need no else. The suggestions are nonsense. So we'll just do if space that in. Target self true. Whoa, I auto spaced it. That's wild. And that, you know, don't kill me, man. I just, holy crap. Why do you keep doing that? Stop it! Stop it! Stop ruining my life! Stop it! I used the wrong symbol. And then we'll do target transform. Position equal. There. And then we want each of them to move one at a time, which we could do target transform equal and then the one that we want it to be. Problem is well, I could just make one vector. Now that I think about it. I got current value on each of the things. Yeah, I could just do that. I could just have the vector, the move. I could have move vector have current value in every single axis, and then I could have if x, y, or z target transform that position equal move vector, and then dot x, y, or z instead. path. So we're gonna take space path. I hate how this is highlighted. It's bothering me. Go move vector equal new vector 3 and just current value just all the way across. Alright, fine. Jeez, I'll fucking do it multiple times, asshole. God. Okay. Current value. I get rid of all this crap. I can do 3 if statements. Type value equal true and XYZ equal X or capital X, and then paste this 3 times, and then have move vector X, Y, and Z, which would work. This also gives every single value at the same time. Needed, probably not though. How do I move them independently? Every transform that position moves that plus. I think we're just going to do 3 ifs. So I'm going to do if and x, y, z equal x or y, z. What the hell? Because I didn't do equal equals again. You bitch! It's and, right? Why does it not take? And okay. So now I have to do that. Well, you're a dickhead. Fuck you, bitch. So and is only for numbers. See. Except 4. Accepted it earlier, now you just gaslighting me. Oh, what the hell, you bitch? So what do I do to the end? Take it. You see what I mean? Errors fuck with you. Mess with your head. See, they fuck with you. I know what I'm doing, god damn it. Target self equals true and xyz equals x or x. Then move vector dot x. Why doesn't that work? Fucking bitch. Bitch motherfucker. Does it have to be a vector? That's so stupid. I hate you. I hope you die in a river. Alright, so I gotta construct a new vector 3, which I might as well just fucking not even do that up there, because I gotta do it anyway. Fucking dick. I have to do it anyway. Ah! What if I do X in advance? Like, can I just like, no, because it won't accept that. It's not acceptable. Can I do like parentheses 0 X? Fucking dickbag. I don't think I need to overload anything. I could probably just make a bunch of local variables. X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Kill this. Vectors 3. Value X. Hang on, I'm going to do this the other way around. Value X equals new vector 3. We can assign this one. It doesn't matter. Current value 0. And then do it again. Oops. For each one. This will be Y. This will be Z. Let's cut. Paste 0. Cut. Paste 0. Bam. Then just change move vector to value X. Go up here, get rid of this. Not using it, that. This. Save. Then take this, copy this 3 times. Do the same thing. Change this to Y. And then capital Y, which is the capital Z. Y, oops, value Y, Z, Y, value Z. Right now, in the update method, specifically for move towards, push this down. We're going to add some extra elements in here. We're going to make this a little bit more complicated. So I need a proper box here. Oops. Enter space, and then all right. So target transformed up position equal to X. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go and game objects. What would they call master x equals get component and children game object. Sure, actually do this. Get find. No, it's find. Find object of type find object get key find. I forgot how to do this. I haven't done this in a while. Unity. Game object dot find. So would be so game object dot find. Ah, there we go. With a capital F. Find a tag. To just find. And then we'll do this 3 times. One for Y. Stop it, you bitch! C. I think it should be an else if. Think about it. Yeah, it needs to be an else if. If it's not an else if, it won't accept. No, it will accept any letter, and we'll fuck it up. It needs to be an else if. It definitely has to be an else if. Y and Y. This is cool. I didn't have a chance to really use the and or comparators. I don't know what they're called. So this is fun. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Bam. Yay! That was so good. All right, now the next step is I wish this would like update because it looks stupid. I hate it. Like it looks like crap. Where's the line? Ah, street right. We'll redo it. There you go. I like to see the line. It's very helpful. Now, I've kind of had to do the same thing for the other functions methods, but for now, I'm just going to do move towards, and then I'll do the same thing for the rotate script as well. Well, actually, I'll take what I have in the rotate script, I'll take that and I'll put it in here. I'll just have a, instead of a move towards, I'll have a rotate towards. I need to rename this to something else. Transform type, rotation type, something like that. I need two these actually, I think. But for now, I'm just gonna keep simple. I'm almost out of time. I might do another stream. I don't have to work today. I think I do though. Unless they cancel. Hope they cancel. I don't really want to go in. Now, a really simple thing is to take this and then paste this in here, and then a bracket, and then just have target transform equal. Yeah, exactly. But instead of X, we're gonna have it match to Z. And this has to be called for this, because otherwise there won't be no. It will be you'll have an invalid exception error because there's no target. So we have to have our targets declared before move towards the RAM. So now we'll take this, copy it 3 times, and then we'll just change this to X, capital X, Y, capital Y, Z, capital Z. Change this to match to X, Y, and Z. It should be done now. Hit save. Compile it. We'll try it out. I need to run move towards in the math function. And then type in X. No, Z, because I'm in the move. And we'll take the math thing, we'll put it on here. We'll do Z, shouldn't matter if it's lowercase or not. Math function towards. I have it backwards, I think, but it might not be. I can't remember. It looked like it moved out and then came back, which is what I want, but I can't remember. So we do not want it to target self, and that should be it. So we'll go ahead and play. Oh, I got the wrong one. I got X. Where'd X go? Jesus Christ, he went all the way. Yeah, I got the wrong cube. I screwed up. I don't know where, how, or why, but I did. It's also the wrong direction. We want the max value to be 5, 1. Is it moving? Negative 0.5. Negative 1. Negative 2. Negative 3. Negative 4. Man, just move already, you slow bitch. Really? I think I could change it. Maybe. 1, 2. Let's do 5. It also went down. I'm not sure why I did that. That's interesting. kind of works, but not how I wanted it to. This should be min-max value should be decided. It should also be based around its current position. Yeah. The max value should be its position plus the offset. So I need to make an offset. So yeah, I got a couple of problems here I have to fix. For now, that's it. Bye.